Hey guys, Kaiju Guy here, and today I'll be doing my 10th episode of Kaiju Talk. Now, right then, you guys would be wondering what in the world is Kaiju Talk. Now, Kaiju Talk is basically me talking about different kaiju in the Godzilla franchise. For example, Anguirus, Baragons, kaiju like that. And I'm going to do it in the order the films go. What I mean by that is for example, Anguirus, which appeared in Godzilla Rage Again, and then Mothra, who appeared in Godzilla vs. Mothra in the Showa era, and then King Ghidorah, who appeared in Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. So I'm gonna go like that. Now, what I'm really gonna talk about with you guys in this Kaiju Talk thing is, let me tell you guys now what I'm gonna talk about. So first, I'm just gonna tell you guys like a brief introduction of the kaiju. What's my opinion on it, if it's like my most favorite, or if it's okay in the middle, or like stuff like that. And then I'm going to tell you guys his data. Now, not his exact data. What I mean by that is if the kaiju is like 69 feet tall, I'm not gonna tell you guys if he's 69 feet tall. Instead, I'm just gonna tell you guys if he's like massive. Like, what I mean by that is like if he's like towering Godzilla, or if he's a little shorter than Godzilla, or half the size of Godzilla. Then I'm going to tell you guys like how he looked in the Godzilla 2014 franchise, which I think it's the most interesting thing of the kaiju data. Now, in the part where I'm going to talk about how he looked in the Godzilla 2014 franchise, basically I'm going to tell you guys my opinion on the kaiju's origin, his size, how he looked like, and like the stuff like that, like how he'd be in the Godzilla 2014 franchise. Similar to what I did to Mechagodzilla very recently and King Ghidorah like a little while back. So basically, I'm gonna post this picture up, and I'm gonna tell you guys the differences from that picture. It's gonna be how he looked in their point of view, and I'm gonna tell you guys the differences of that picture and how he looked in my opinion. So the 10th episode of Kaiju Talk will be on Ebirah. And as always, I'm gonna tell you guys my opinion on Ebirah and a brief intro of him. So Ebirah first appeared in the film Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, and then appeared in the film Godzilla's Revenge, and then finally appeared in Godzilla Final Wars. Now, I don't really know Ebirah's real origin, like how he formed, but I do know that he appears from the ocean, and I think his home place is the ocean. Now, why I don't know Ebirah's real origin is because I haven't seen the film Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster in a long time, and I don't really know Ebirah's origin. Godzilla Final Wars, well, his origin is that he is an alien created from the Exilians. So my main opinion on Ebirah is that I think he is a pretty cool kaiju, but I think he should have had a little bit more superpowers. And speaking of superpowers, let's move on to Ebirah's superpowers. So Ebirah appeared in two series, the Showa and Millennium series. And in both the series, he had the same superpowers. In the Showa series, he had two giant claws, and he could swim. And in the Millennium series, he could swim, and he had two giant claws. And my opinion on Ebirah's superpowers is that, as I told you in the beginning of the video, I think Ebirah needs more superpowers. All he has is that he has giant claws and he could swim. Maybe like if he could breathe some kind of gas from his mouth, or maybe he could like shoot this gas from his claws. I think that could be a reasonable superpower for Ebirah. Next, let's talk about how massive Ebirah is. So, in the Showa series, I think Ebirah would be about 50 to 60 meters tall, since he is as tall as Godzilla, about as tall as Godzilla, to be honest. And in the Millennium series, I think he would be about 100 meters tall. So, in my opinion, I think Ebirah has a perfect size. If Ebirah is small, meaning if he's smaller than Godzilla, I think he'd look a little bit too stubby. If he's taller than Godzilla, I think he'd look tall. Next, let's talk about how Ebirah would look in the Godzilla 2014 trilogy. Now, I can't find an image that represents how Ebirah might look in the Godzilla 2014 trilogy, so I will just tell you guys the differences between the normal Ebirah and how Ebirah might look in the Godzilla 2014 trilogy. So, in my opinion, if Ebirah appears in the Godzilla 2014 trilogy, I think he should basically be a gigantic lobster. And what I mean by that is that he has 6 giant legs, he has 2 giant pincers, and he has a face like a lobster, except it is gigantic. So in my opinion, I think Ebirah's origin should be that he is a mutated lobster, and he is mutated from a nuclear bomb. And that is about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.